Alright, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Saitama, Japan for New Year's Eve. RIZIN 33, we're going to a catchweight bout. Minus 50 kilograms, 110 pound catchweight. RENA coming in at 12-3, taking on Miyuu Park coming in at 5-4. I was really looking forward to this fight. For one thing, it's RENA, it's RIZIN, it's New Year's Eve. Those three things go together like, I don't know, name three things that go together really well. Peanut butter, jelly, and bread, I guess. And then Miyuu Park is someone I've been following her entire career. Always excited to see her fight. I was very much looking forward to this one. I heavily favored RENA in this bout. So this was a very action-packed fight. So I went really into detail as I was doing my notes here. So get ready for this one. Okay, first round. Fighters met in the center, exchanged low kicks, finding their range. Nice counter punch landed for RENA off of a Park low kick. Then Park landed a nice three-piece. More exchanges of low kicks followed. And then RENA just missed a high kick. And then a hook cross landed for Park. And then they clinch. Park drove her to the corner, applying pressure. Now both started working dirty boxing there in the corner. RENA very smartly used her elbows to make space. You know, she would push Park away and then land some elbows to make some space, and then use that space to reverse position. Then there was some more dirty boxing that followed. They separate, and RENA chased her down to clinch again and to end the round. Second round, you know, they start exchanging off the bat. RENA engaged a clinch, a small clinch battle. RENA landed a left hook off the break. Really nice left hook, too. RENA again gets the clinch in the corner, and then they break again. It seemed like RENA was getting the better of the early exchanges in the second round. Park got a nice double leg takedown in the center of the ring to RENA's closed guard. RENA smartly made space, with her legs. Park let her stand, and as RENA was standing up, Park caught her with a nice soccer kick. Then there was two clinches with a really nice firefight in between. Like, they clinched, they broke, nice firefight with some punches in between that, and then they clinched again. Park got an outside trip takedown to RENA's half guard. RENA was able to sweep and stand Park let her up. As soon as RENA got the sweep, Park let her up and caught her again with another soccer kick as RENA was standing. More punches to clinch in the corner. And then they went back to the center. Park started taunting RENA, sticking her tongue out, shaking her head, stuff like that. RENA went for a throw that was reversed by Park to immediately stand back up. RENA started looking tired towards the end of the second round as they exchanged at range. Park was getting the better shots in as the round ended. So two very action-packed rounds. Just a lot of back and forth action. Both of them landing some good shots. So we went to the third and final round. A nice kickboxing exchange at range to start the round. Park closed the clinch, drove RENA to the corner. RENA landed an inside trip, but then lets Park stand. Left hand by RENA. She's looking like really crisp in the exchanges in the early part of this round. Park clinches, again drives to the corner. RENA reverses, separates, and then a nice boxing exchange follows in the pocket, the medium to inside range. Another clinch, RENA trips her. Park kicks her off of her. RENA tried to re-engage, ate some up kicks, but, just eats them in order to get to half guard. Park was able to kick her off again, and then RENA, stood back and the referee made Park stand up. Park started landing some oblique kicks, and then there was one more clinch into the corner by Park. The referee broke that one up pretty fast. Good exchange. A kickboxing range followed. They were both landing some punches and some kicks, and then a final clinch by Park, and that was basically the end of the third round. So very heavy action in this bout. A lot of clinching, but it wasn't like super boring clinching. They were working smart in those clinches. They were both trying to, they both had goals in mind, what they were doing in there. And it wasn't just like all like wall and stall, you know, like you would get sometimes in the cage. So the fight went to the judges, and all three judges, I knew this fight was close. All three judges scored it for Miyuu Park via unanimous decision. I was a little bit surprised. I figured there would be at least, either way it went, I figured there would be at least one judge that would dissent from the others. But all three saw it for Miyuu Park. So congrats to Park on probably easily the biggest win of her career. Now, this was the second ladies fight of the evening at RIZIN 33, and this is the second big upset. Now, this was nowhere near as big of an upset as Seika Iizawa beating Ayaka Hamasaki, but this was still a decent-sized upset. So, some of the notes I have here. Obviously, pressure was key for Miyuu Park in this bout because it did not allow RENA to work her best weapons. RENA does really good in the pocket. She lands her best punches there, especially her body shots. She's really known for her body shots. Even before the fight started, the commentators, one of the commentators said, you know, what's the over-under on the amount of time before RENA starts landing body shots? So by clinching, Park took away a lot of RENA's best weapons and just keeping that pressure on. Another note I have here, you know, this was RENA's second fight in just over a month. And you got to wonder, was there not enough recovery time? We know there wasn't enough time for her really to train for this one because she suffered a cut in the fight against Miyuu Yamamoto, and she had to give that time to heal and immediately took this fight. Really, you don't have time to game plan. So you got to wonder, you know, was this just not enough recovery time and not enough time to really train for this one? But on the other hand, you got to remember, RENA is a tournament fighter. You know, she's been kickboxing for years. She's used to tournaments in the shoot boxing days. You're kind of used to that. So I don't want to take away too much from Park's victory here, but I do want to point that out, that, you know, RENA did not have a lot of time between fights for this one. Sticking with that one, Park helped Miyuu Yamamoto prep for RENA at RIZIN 32. A little more than a month later, Miyuu was helping Park train for RENA at RIZIN 33. I'm not sure how much RENA helped Park prep for RIZIN 33 because Miyuu had a messed up eye socket. But the fact is, Park being the striker and Miyuu being a grappler, Park would have basically been serving as, you know, the stand-in for RENA in the sparring for Miyuu. So Park already was well trained technically for RENA, and Miyuu really would have helped her game plan in order to beat RENA in this bout. So I feel like that alone just really helped her. Also, you got to admit, it's a great moral victory that RENA beat Miyuu a month ago, and then a month later, or just over a month, Park gets to come in and avenge Miyuu's win. So that's a nice story as well. And then my final note here. Listen, it is time that everybody stops underestimating the fighters in Deep Jewels. You know, when you talk about WMMA, a lot of people talk about, you know, the prospects in Invicta. LFA has really started producing some prospects. Basically, you hear people talk about Brazil as well. You rarely ever hear the fighters talk about Japan because a lot of the ladies fighters in Japan don't leave. But it is time that people stop underestimating the fighters in Deep Jewels because they are showing now that they can, at least at Atomweight, super Atomweight, they can come up to RIZIN now and handle the fighters in RIZIN, if not win. So it is time for that everybody takes notice that Deep Jewels is producing good prospects, and we got to stop underestimating them. And I mean this as a fan, WMMA fandom as a whole needs to take notice that Deep Jewels is there and they are producing good prospects. Now for things to work on for Park, I just want her to keep improving. She has come a long way in a year. She's been training she came to Japan a year ago, last December, decided to stay. hooked up with Crazy B Gym and has improved so much. And I just want her to keep on working on improving as a whole, particularly on her takedowns though. She tried to go for a couple of takedowns in this fight and wasn't able to get them. Just keep working at that. For RENA, needs to work on her clinch work. She had a hard time. I mean, she was able to reverse some of the clinches and get out of them, but I'd like to see her work on her clinch work more. Now, she has improved a lot as a fighter as well. I think if she goes to a Muay Thai, spends some time at a Muay Thai gym working with a Nakmai, then she can, really improve on her clinch work as well. So those are things to work on for fights to make. For keeping with RENA, I'd like to see her take on the winner of Miki Matono versus Nisei that is going to go down at Deep Jewels 36 in March. Miki Matono is making her super atomweight debut. If she wins that, she'll be riding a 2-fight run. If Nisei wins, Nisei will be riding a 3-fight win streak. Also, Nisei is already a RIZIN veteran, so that would be, if Nisei wins, that'd be a decent profile fight for RENA to take on and recover from a loss. For Park, I think it's time for the Saori Oshima trilogy. I realize, that's, 3 times facing her in a little over a year. But I'll tell you what, those 2 fights were fun. The first fight went to, I believe, a split decision. The second went Park's way. The second fight, Oshima subbed Park in the first round. I think Park just wasn't thinking in that bout. I think it's time for the trilogy fight now. Oshima has a fight booked for Deep Jewels 36 in March. After that, let's book the trilogy bout, whether it is in Deep Jewels or, honestly, you could have it at Super Atomweight and RIZIN. I think with both of those 2 fighters scoring big wins this year in RIZIN, you could easily put that trilogy bout in RIZIN and advertise it as that trilogy bout, and it would get some attention. So I think that's the bout to make for Miyuu Park. So those are my thoughts on this RIZIN 33 catchweight bout. Miyuu Park defeating RENA via unanimous decision. Big upset, fun fight, action-packed. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. As soon as I find it posted, I'll post a link in the description. Go ahead and watch it. So in the meantime, though, let me know your thoughts on it. If you liked the video, please give it a like. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.